All right, so Java 21 apparently doesn't look that bad. I actually have not looked at Java 21 yet. All right, here we go. Let's look at this. Get the bits. By the way, anyone that's watching on YouTube, I'm currently getting follow botted. You can kind of see it going on right now. I know. Look at how cool that is. How cool is that? Twitch, do something! Milky! Where are you? Okay, anyways, before we get started, do something for me quickly. If you haven't, go install... No, shut up! Okay, you know what? Give me the bits. Give me the bits. Hey, first off, don't tell me how to live my life, okay? We're moving on. Okay, so many of the features in Java 21 build upon features first introduced in Java 17, and in some cases, earlier than that. Let's review some of those features before examining their final manifestation in Java 21. Anyways, okay, so multi-line strings. Did you know that Java supports multi-line strings? Holy shit! We're like in 2012. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, look at that multi-line with triple. Wow. I wonder where they got that from. Charoot. I wonder where they got this from. I don't even know. Nothing too surprising. Easy to understand. Triple quotes and stop the multi-line strings. You can strip leading, trailing, and indenting space too. You know what's so good? So I hate to be a Rust fanboy at this point, but I'm gonna Rust fanboy a little bit. How Rust does multi-line strings is 1,000 times better. Can we all agree with that? Can we all agree with that? Like the fact that you can designate even inner and outer versions of it. Java has officially entered the 20,000. How? So how it works in oh my goodness, I didn't even have a terminal open. Clearly posing. I'm posing. We're posing right now. Here, I'll just do Rust Arduino, and I'll jump in here, and I don't know why it's a bunch of underscores. I did something here. You can do something like this. Where are you? What is it? Let foo equals r pound me daddy, like this, right? Did I do that correct? Yeah. And so that means if you want one on the inside, you can do 2 pounds. And then that means on the inside, I can have a multi-line string inside. So you could generate multi-line strings in your multi-line strings. Okay, yo, dog, I heard you like multi-line strings. So I gave you multi-line strings in your multi-line strings. You know what I mean? All right, let's get going. All right, so records are one of my favorite features of Java. They're freaking fantastic. What is it with exclamation points? Like, do you really need to use them? Do you really? Okay, what are you doing here? Is this what you want your writing to sound like? Do you have a class whose identity is equivalent to the fields of this class? I really don't know what that means. Okay, so what does this mean? Class record test, record, JDK release event, string name, records, throw exception, event, Would you actually write this test? I want to ask this question. Would you write this test? I'm not going to lie to you. I refuse to write this test. Like, I will not write this test. I refuse. I'm not going to test that a constructor constructs. Refuse. This concise syntax, I think we define the word concise differently, which is okay. It's okay to define words differently because, I mean, we do it all the time. But, I mean, this is just different. You know what I mean? Let's see. In a class constructor, associated storage in a course getters, get name, equivalents to 2-string implementations. Enhanced switch, let's go. I rarely use the existing switch statement because it was clunky, and usually there was other patterns like visitor pattern that got me most of the benefits. You know what my least favorite part about the switch statement is that in Prettier, you cannot, in JavaScript, that is, JavaScript, the Lord's Java, the Lord that cursed the ground, of course, and gave us JavaScript, that you cannot configure Prettier to have a switch and the case statements on the same, with the same indentation, Lord, or indentation, shut up! With the same, the Elden Lord, with the same indentation. So you cannot make Prettier simply have switch, whatever, and I know we're in Rust, just deal with it, and then case 5. You can't do that. Like, you can't do that. Even though this just makes life less sucky. Indented, it has to go. Ugh. All right, anyways, okay, so what is this? Here's an example of reworking class switch to use the new enhanced switch. Okay, what do we got here? Switch. Okay. Is enhanced switch just adding commas? Guys, I think I figured out what's happening here. You know in Star Trek when Jean-Luc Picard ends up going to a more primitive society and they show him like their favorite things and he has to act impressed? I'm just saying, I'm acting impressed right now. You are wrong! All right. This is the classic implementation. Okay, good. It's the classic one. Okay, we feel better. Instead, instance of... Wait, hold on. Wait. No, never mind. No, wait, hold on. This is a classic implementation with older, clunkier switch statement. This is the new one. Oh, okay, so this is the new one. Oh. Oh, that's the new one. Oh, okay. Hey, it's an expression. That's pretty cool. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's totally wrong. I was honestly totally wrong. I was totally wrong and incorrect here. Okay? I was wrong. Obviously, this is really cool. Technology in Java is very impressive. The new instance of test allows you to avoid the clunky check and cast of your, which looks like this. Animal, object, new dog. What? Okay, yeah, anyways. If animal is instance of dog, var Fido, dog. Oh, they have vars now? Oh, nice. Is this like some sort of, you just don't have, it's like, it just does some sort of, what do you call it? Inference to kind of say its thing? Bark. Yay, okay. And replace it with this. Var this, if animal, instance of dog, Fido. Oh, okay, cool. This reminds me of Zig. Have you guys seen it, what Zig does for this thing? The Zig does effectively the same thing. So if you're doing like an if check on a potential nil, you get a capture group afterwards. Yeah, so someone just said a capture group. We've gone full circle. Java is now copying C#. I like the I like capture groups. I think they're great. I like the idea of having scoped lifting operators that make life easy. I like that actually a lot. And so this is kind of cool. I mean, this is nice. That's a quality of life. I mean, really shocking that you let this code go with odd spacing, right? I'd be more offended personally the fact that you put a space in between a constructor call and the class than just forgetting indenting. I'm not sure which is the worst part of this white space debacle going on in both these code examples. Make sure, hey, people, if you're writing a blog post, just take the 3 minutes to make sure that you got the correct formatting on, okay? The lack of indentations plus spacing before a constructor function just makes me want to, gently Java my eyes out. The smart instance of automatically assigns a downcast variable for this use in the scope of the test. There's no need to specify the class dog twice. Okay, beautiful. Sealed types. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Technically, sealed types are a part of Java 17.2, but they don't buy you much yet. The basic idea is that in the olden times, the only way to limit extensibility of a type was through visible modifiers, public, private, etc. Sealed keyword, you can explicitly permit when classes may subclass another class. This is fantastic leap forward because it gives the compiler visibility into which type might extend a given type, which allows it to do optimizations and help us at compile time to understand whether all possible cases say an enhanced switch expression, have been covered. Sealed interface, animal, permits bird, cat, and dog. So when you create an interface, you now say which classes are allowed to implement it? Isn't that like inverted use of interfaces? Isn't the point of an interface to use it correctly? Okay, I'm very, like, in all realness, I'm going to be completely real here. I'm genuinely confused as why you would ever want this right here, in the sense that an interface is usually defined and you don't know who's going to implement it. Whereas in this case, you're creating an interface and you know who's going to implement it. Just, we must be reading this wrong here. I mean, I like these. I do actually. Okay, the switch cases aren't bad. Can we all agree that switch case ain't bad? Okay, maybe I overmade fun. Maybe I overmade fun of it. I overmade fun of it. See, the reason why I don't like that is that I'm not sure how you would specify these things differently. You know what I mean? Actually, what am I doing? Let's go to Xcali draw. I feel like Xcali. Oh my goodness, I'm in light mode. Hey, don't look at this. Don't look at this. Stop looking at all of the stuff. Okay, don't look at Go versus Bun. Okay, stop looking at Go versus Bun. Stop looking at it. Okay, don't look at Go versus Bun. Okay, it's not worth it. Stop looking at it. Here, let's go away. Okay, now that we went away. All right, so you have your interface, right? Animal, right? This is great. I'm still using Go colors right now. And then what makes this good is that, or what I'm seeing here is that I'm a little bit confused by this, right? There's like a dog. There was a dog class in there. The animal has to know about the dog class, and the dog class has to know. Like, doesn't it create this weird? Like, typically, what you want with the interfaces, right? Your iAnimal or whatever you want to call, is that you only want this to know one direction. Dude, why can I never get arrowheads to work correctly? right? Dependency inversion, right? Yeah, it's the inverted interface. It's called dependency recursion. It's confusing to have it go both ways. It's for exhaustive checking. Yeah, I guess, okay, so the benefit is that you get to have exhaustive switch cases. So it's an attempt to provide safety in switch cases and exhaustiveness, right? Is that fair? I hate it. I hate this. Okay, yep, we have an explicitly sealed interactive that that permits 3 types. The enhanced switch statement, yeah, classes that implement the switch because so here's the problem here is that you have to go here every time you want a new version of animal. You have to first go here, add it to your list of lists, then you have to implement it, then you have to update your switch statements. It just feels weird that you don't just implement it and then it warns you your switch statements are effed up. And this one right here seems also jacked up, right? Like, how does it even know? Also, where's the else if? It feels like the movie, it honestly just feels like a really bizarre coupling. There must be a really good reason for this. It reminds me of the two-way one-to-one. It's the two, I'm not sure if I like that. Okay, I'm stuck on it. Let's move on. Beyond Java 17, all these things combined, we're starting to wade comfortably into Java 21 land. From here on down, we'll look at features that have come out since Java 17. Next level, pattern matching with record, switch, and if. Okay, there we go. Let's go. Enhanced switch expressions and pattern matching are remarkable, and it makes me wonder how using akka so many years ago would have felt using Java with this excellent new syntax. Pattern matching has an even nicer interaction when taken together with records because records, as discussed earlier, are the resumes, the resumes of their components, the resumes of their component, and the compiler knows this. Okay, so it can hoist the components to a new variable too. Okay, let's see. So we got a bunch of records. Okay, hey, record. Okay, cool. Oh, I see what they mean now with records. The constructor is literally the entirety of all their properties and they contain nothing really to them. So it's just like record user. It's just like specifying a type. It's a struct. Oh, okay. I just didn't think about it. It's a struct, right? I don't know what a DTO is. I don't know what the equivalent. Okay, I'm stupid. That's okay. My bad on this one. It's concise. It with implicit equals and oh, really? Okay. That's kind of cool, I guess. All right, so case. Okay, I can like this. I can like this. This is cool. Hold on. What's happening here? I want to see these 1, 2, and 3. Look at this. There's a shutdown event, and then these two. We have a special case where if we get a particular event we want to shut down, not produce a string. So we'll use the new pattern matching to support if statement. All right, so we get an if statement going on here. If instance of shutdown, grab out the instant. I assume you can also use var here. And then you can print this thing down right here. Nice. I can like that. All right. All these things started to take root in earlier versions of Java, but culminated here in Java 21 in what you might call data-oriented programming. It is not a replacement for object-oriented programming, but a complement to it. You can use things like pattern matching, enhanced switch, and the instance of operator to give your code a new polymorphism without exposing dispatch point in your public API. Okay. I love how MyPy and Python catches exhaustiveness there. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Sorry, I just read the first statement that I saw. There are so many other features with Java 21. There's a bunch of small but nice things, of course. All right, let's see. Improvements in mathematics. Okay. Division. Divide exact. Isn't that just integer? Wait, I'm confused. AI and algorithms efficient mathematics is more important than ever. The new JDK has, some nice improvements here, including parallel multiplication for big integers. Oh, and various overloads for division that throw an exception if there's an overflow. Not that there's, not just if there's a divide by zero error. Oh, okay, divide exact. So it throws exceptions for anything that is a overflow exception. Okay. Parallel multiply. Big integer 2. That's kind of cool that you can do parallel multiply. I'm not really sure what it means to tell you the truth, though. How can division overflow? It can underflow, can it? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Future state. If you're doing asynchronous programming, yes, there is a thing. Even with the Project Loom, then you'd be pleased to know your old friend Future T now makes available state instance that you can switch to see the status of the ongoing asynchronous operation. You handle your own future cases in Java? That can't be right. I mean, this is nice to be able to say, hey, where are you at? A little bit surprising that this is a that this is even a thing. I'm a little bit confused by this, but okay. I wonder I always get very confused as to why you'd want to do this. I'm sure there's a reason that I'm missing. I bet you there's some low-level API that really just wants the super fine-grained control over everything. I'm just not sure that I understand why you'd want to do that. The future is now, old man. Enterprise only? Okay. Fair. AutoClosable HTTP client. The HTTP client API is where you may want to wrap async operations in the future and use Project Loom. Again, Project Loom is mentioned many times. The HTTP client API has existed since Java 11, which is now full 10 releases in the distant past, but now it has a spiffy new AutoClosable API. All right, so we create a new API. We do this. We do a new little builder. We're going to go to adobe.com, apparently. We're going to send the request. Again, the spacing is just murdering me. Can we just get this? Can we just get this spacing, please? Assertion equals status code. Get the body, and then it closes this. We want to close the HTTP client automatically. Note that if you do launch any threads and send HTTP requests in them, you should not use AutoClosable unless the care is taken only when you reach the end of the scope. Okay, let's see. Where's the AutoClosable? Where do you see AutoClosable in here? Is there some sort of configuration that I'm missing here? The try? Oh, the try is AutoClosable. Oh, okay. So at the end of the try, it just auto-closes. Okay. Oh, it's in the... Oh, I totally missed that try had parentheses. Okay. This makes a lot of sense. That's pretty cool. You must have to implement some sort of interface, and then it just automatically works. Try, stop trying. You know, at first you don't succeed. Try again. String enhancements. Oh, a lot of men need string enhancements as they get older. I used HTTP body handlers of string to get the string response in that example. You can do all sorts of objects back. Let's see. You can get all sorts of objects back, not just strings, but string results are nice because there's a great segue to another fantastic feature in Java 21. The segues are unstoppable. The new support for working with string instances. This can show, this class shows two of my favorite: repeat operation and string builder. Okay. I mean, quality of life feature. Okay. That's a quality of life feature. I love how everything you are saying has been cool in C# for years, but you hate C#. No, Bisco, I think this is stupid too, okay? This has been this is even in JavaScript for years at this point. Python's had it since forever. Like literally forever, okay? Sequence, I don't think we need any explanation here. Let's see. Modern C# looks sort of nice. Okay, people love C#. I get it. I don't. You'll need an ordered collection to sort those strings instance. Java offers a few of them: linked hash map, list, but they don't have common ancestor. Now they do. Welcome to sequenced collection. Hierarchy will continue until morale improves. In this example, we work with a simple array list string and use the fancy new factory methods for things like linked hash set. This new factory method does the same math internally to guarantee that it won't have to rebalance and thus slowly rehash everything before you've added as many elements as you've stipulated in the constructor. Let's go. This syntax is crazy, by the way. This is the craziest syntax I've ever seen. Linked hash set. This is like a micro turbofish. This is a microfish. You slapped a fish. New linked hash set. What does this go now? Like what? Okay, is this Rust? What does this go? Like what are we doing here? It's a microfish. It's a nanofish. Also fine. Let's see. List instance of sequence collection. Okay. We get the sequence. Okay, so then we can add first. This overrides the first placed element. Okay, this returns. Okay, yeah. This returns the first place element. Interesting. Wow, okay. Virtual threads and Project Loom. Love this Project Loom. Whatever Loom is, it's looming over us. Finally, we get to Loom. Finally. You've no doubt heard about a lot about Loom. Undoubtedly at this point. Dude, comments are in XML. I told you XML is better than YAML. The basic idea is to make scalable the code you wrote in college. That's never been a statement I've ever once thought of or thought was a good idea ever in my entire lifetime. But okay, let's find out. You shouldn't take anything I wrote in college. What do I mean by that? Let's write a super simple network service that prints out whatever is given to us. We must read from the input stream and accrue everything into a new buffer. Then when the request finishes, we'll print out the contents. Okay, yep. The problem is we might get a lot of data simultaneously, so we'll need to use threads to handle more than one request at a time. Okay. Try executor. Oh, this is the new try thing. Try server socket, new server socket 9000 while true. Okay, we get to do a little accept, a little Berkeley sockets. Submit. Okay, try handle request. Yeah. Handle request. I don't know what a bow is. A bows. Byte array output stream. Give me that bows, baby. Try input string while next read. Put it in there. Okay. String it. Print it. Let's go. Okay, that makes sense. Bows. It's pretty trivial networking 101 stuff. Create a server socket, wait for new clients represented by the instance of socket to appear. As each one arrives, hand it off to a thread from a thread pool. Each thread reads out the data on the client socket instance, input stream references. Client might disconnect, experience latency, or have large chunks of data to send, all of which is a problem because there are only so many threads available, and we must choose not to waste our little time on them. We're using threads to avoid pileup of requests that can't handle fast enough, absolutely. But here, again, we are defeated because before Java 21, threads were expensive. This is the old green thread argument here. They cost about 2 megabytes of RAM each. And let's see, so we'd pool them in a thread pool and reuse them. But even here, if we have too many requests, we'll end up in a situation where none of the threads in the pool are available. They're stuck waiting on some request or another to finish. Well, sort of. Maybe we're just sitting there. Maybe for the next byte from the input stream, but they're unavailable for use. The threads are blocked. They're probably waiting for data from the client. The unfortunate state of things is that the server waiting on data has no choice but to sit there, parked on a thread. Not allowing anybody to even use it. Wow, this is beautiful. Now, Java 21 introduces a new sort of thread, a virtual thread. This must be a brand new concept. Now, we can create millions of threads for the heap. It's easy, but fundamentally the facts on the ground are that the actual threads on which virtual threads execute are expensive. So how can the JRE let us have millions of threads for actual work? It has vastly improved the runtime that now notices when we block and suspend execution on that thread until the thing we are waiting for arrives. Then it quietly puts us back in another thread. The actual threads act as carriers for virtual threads, allowing us to start millions of them. Introducing, at least a decade ago, standard features. Introducing set timeout from JavaScript, circa 1995. Okay. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty cool. Wow, what year is it? 2005? Yeah. I still don't know what Loom is. They really debated us on this whole Loom thing, okay? Loom test. Oh, yeah. Concurrent skip list. Ooh, Java's concurrent data structures are pretty badass. Okay, I must say that the concurrent data structures are badass in Java. They are badass. You don't have to worry about mutexes at all, and they're just like one of the fastest out there's on the market. This is really the code I wrote in college. This is legitimately the code I wrote in college. It's true. At least this is. Yeah, no, it really is. Amazing indentation. The indentation. Yo, dog, I heard you like 4-space indentation. Shut up. I like 8. Yeah, right. I like 8. Yeah, right. Back to 4. We're using a new factory method in Java 21 to create virtual threads. Okay, this is great. I want to love Java. Okay, I don't actually care about loving Java. I don't care loving Java. But if I did want to love Java, if I wanted to love Java, I feel like I'm happy to see that Java's making forward progress into catching up into the past. That's a good thing. And I'm sure this makes a lot of people's lives better, because remember, can we just like a quick second here? Remember, Java is still like the most used enterprise backend language. It's like used everywhere. And so, thanks, Obama. But hopefully this is going to make some people's lives better. So, but we're all still using Java 8. Fair. I started in 1.6 and then touched Java 6 and cried in Groovy. So I don't know what happens beyond Java 6, other than in Groovy, you can add lists together with the plus operator, okay? The plus operator, okay? That's all you need to know. You got a list, just add that. Just add it together. You guys have Java 8? We're still on Java 4. Is Java 4 even real? Java 6 is practically another language these days. Yeah. So it's, I hope that a bunch of people get to enjoy these really great developer improvements. And I do know that these new Java is fast. For a compiled bytecode garbage collected language, it is shockingly fast language. They've done an amazing job with a lot of parts of it. So it's hard for me to completely knock it down. It's partially interpreted. It's wild, right? To me, what Java is that it shows that you can write things that shouldn't be fast pretty dang fast. It's impressive, okay? It's impressive. It's impressive that it can happen. But at the end of the day, I would never want to write Java. Much rather write Go. And another thing, I think something that's really cool about Java, or at least to think about with Java, is I wonder if the Hermes engine for JavaScript is trying to take over this Java whole. Do you know what I mean? Kotlin D's nuts? Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? Like, Hermes, there's something kind of exciting about Hermes and what it's doing. Just throwing it out there. The Java hole that it left in my heart. Also in my emotional capacity. It left a couple holes in me. Okay, Java left more than one hole in me. But it filled a couple holes in me. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? The name! This is the Java Gen.